Well, they're not really little. They're more than 3,000 pounds, these guys right here. Now, Mosley is about 6 years old, and so she's almost as big as Mom. And hippos actually have a really cool adaptation. Wow. And I want you guys, if you can see them sleeping together right there at the door. You can see that their nostrils, their eyes, and their ears actually sit on top of their heads. That's why they're able to bask in the water for a total of 16 to 18 hours a day. That's why we're there. And hippos actually really love to be together in a group. So we only had Punani and Amashley, and we're like, bring them all down here. Everything's going great, but I really think that we need to rethink what a group of hippos is called, because a group of hippos is called a float. Were they trying to make fun of them? Because that would be hypocritical. Over here on our right-hand side, I want you guys to check out our mixed primate habitat. So just make sure you're looking at the monkeys, not the humans. These are red-tailed woodens and Allen swamp monkeys. Really made us really sad. Back in February of this year, ready for this? Interpol confiscated 20,000 live animals from the black market. Again, February of this year, Interpol confiscated 20,000 live animals from the black market. Now that's not even including the parts of animals or the hides of animals. It's just the live ones. And so they can't really go back and think how they're going to be treated. But you guys are helping out just by being here, because we help out with those confiscations and we rescue them and we bring them here. And so we couldn't do any of that without you guys. So thank you so very much for being here, because we are a completely non-profit organization. Now over on your left-hand side, I want you guys to check out that flamboyance of flamingos. Now that flamboyance of flamingos, they are a little less pink than the ones that are up top at the front plaza that we just saw, because those are different species. Those are the greater flamingos. And you're going to find them in the Africa antelope in the world. Right next to it is a zebra. Now that zebra is pretty cool in the fact that each individual zebra has a unique stripe pattern. Not one zebra has the same stripe pattern. It's just like your and my fingerprints are unique to you. No one else has your fingerprints, hopefully. And it's actually how we tell a lot of our animals apart, is by their stripe or their spot pattern. Like up at the safari park, we actually have a giraffe that has the Nike swoosh on her chest, and that's how we know she's a corporate sponsor. Now over on your right hand side, those guys with the black racing stripe down the side, those are the Sphinx gazelle. And if you look really close, you can see the month-old baby right there, a 2-month-old little gazelle. And then those guys with the white stripes, those are the lesser kudu, but what I was looking for on the left-hand side was a polar bear. So I didn't see any. We're going to head around and see if we can data to see how the polar bears are actually changing their habits up there. Now what they're noticing is that with the Arctic ice getting thinner and thinner and smaller each year, is that polar bears are having to swim further and dive deeper for their food. And they actually need the ice to hunt. And so they're asking us to try to lower our carbon footprint. One easy way of doing that is actually just by unplugging some of your devices when you're not in the room. Think about it, your phone's probably in your hand or your pocket right now, but is your charger still plugged in at home? Easiest way to help out is just by unplugging that. Also, your TV is always on standby mode, even if it's turned off. It's always pulling that charge. Now, to save you guys a couple $100 every month is put that TV on a surge protector, turn that surge protector off once you're not in the room or at the house every day. And that'll actually save you a couple $100 every month and lower your carbon footprint. It's just cheaper. Now, I am actually looking over here because it is cooling off pretty fast. And maybe our mountain lions might be out. But it doesn't look like it's happening, so we're gonna keep on going. Mountain lions are crepuscular predators, meaning that they're active early in the morning and early at night. Those are the coolest times of the day. So I say, come on back here around 3:34. Hi, girlie, how you doing? Now, this is Miss Ellen, who's on the pedestal right here, and the one that's on the rock, that is Ernest, that is her brother. So since they are brother and sister, they are definitely not mating pairs, people. That would be a